Hey guys, welcome to another commentary done by Diggity. Upper left-hand corner, we have DarrenC, who I am familiar with actually back from his CSL days. He was a powerhouse back in CSL. That's Collegiate Star League, which I think is around. I don't know if they have a Brood War grouping anymore. Bottom right-hand corner, we have Styles3a, which is a player I will be honest, I am not familiar with. I'm wondering if it is Styles, which is a player I'm familiar with. I've seen him around ladder here and there. Don't recall his play style. He will be the pink Protoss in the bottom right-hand corner. We have full alliteration, purple Protoss versus pink Protoss, plus some wonderful color differentiation, which is always helpful for us commentators, and this is going to be on Overwatch. Before the game gets started, I want to remind everybody as the date... So I am... Oh, I should... for all of those who have this sort of proclivity, this is 420. Congratulations to all you guys. Have fun. Not my thing. Not that I'm against it. I just have to be a responsible father, I guess. Really, one day I will get around to it. It's legal in my state. It's not like it's illegal anymore, but happy 420. But the thing I wanted to bring up in actuality is that as of April 20th, I believe the height of one of these meteor storms is going to be in 2 days. So if you're in a position to get out to a dark spot, go check it out. There's supposed to be a bunch of meteors per whatever. Maybe you live in a darker area where you can... That sounds so bad, doesn't it? Maybe you live in a darker area. How did that become like... Why does... That shouldn't sound insulting. That almost sounds... I'm digging myself a hole. It almost sounds like... Whatever. It's because... whatever. I'm getting way off topic and digging myself a hole early. Ignore me. I'll go see the meteor shower. It is best seen in a dark area. If you actually go, there's maps that they will show you where basically the luminescence, the good luminescence, for you. And then if you're lucky, you get to see a bunch of shooting stars. They say there's like a couple every couple minutes. I've seen a lot of shooting stars recently, actually. Been very lucky in that regard. Saying there, I thought that was a forward something. Whatever. Cybernetics score creating an interesting wall against potential early zealot pressure, and that just, I mean, you can just see the thoughtful layout here from Darren. Lets you know he's been a long-term player. The probe trying to harass this gas line, which I think actually the shields recharge fairly sufficiently, so I think he's happy to let that happen. But that pylon blocking that back edge in case the zealots move back there, just basically it's a nice anti-zealot, anti-scouting probe sort of regime. We do see a single zealot being produced. Cybernetic score. I think both players are on, as I'm like stumbling over potential racism and other concepts in the United States, which is not where I'm going with these casts. For that, I'm going to start the Diggity podcast. Listen to me rant. No. Oh, nice kill. Got the distractor from the match. I'm going to get back to the match at hand instead of stepping into that bee's nest. Cybernetic score upgrade. Did manage to get a probe kill. That's going to put Darren in the dark. And that probe's going to sneak out. So that'll be a single probe advantage for Style. Looks like both players going for more kind of that one gate standard opening. Second gateway has been plopped down for Darren. And let's see, this is if Style plays it a little bit greedy, what he can do is he can go one... This is kind of... This can be a counter, is if you go one gate... into expansion, depending on how your opponent reacts. Darren scouting around with his Dragoon, wants to see if he can find that probe. That probe is sitting at the bridge, looking for an opportunity to sneak back around. Also wants to kind of see if any units are making their way across. Now it needs to run for its life. Dragoon and Zealot in the forward position, maybe to do an intercept, maybe get a free early kill. We are actually seeing one gate into Robo from Style, so... We'll see if he goes for early Observatory or if he opts for early Robo. More oftentimes what you'll see out of this is early Robo. But sometimes you'll see early Observatory and it just, you stick on one gate as long as you feel safe doing so, and then get an early macroeconomic advantage from there. Darren is going 2-gate, which oftentimes is more of a, I'm going to play passively. 2-gate into expansion tends to be the bread and butter. And this might be also a response to realizing that Darren is in the dark. Probe looking for another opportunity to get scouting information, but what he is going to see here as he's moving up, oops, switch that, is he's going to see these Dragoons chasing him down. He wants to get a look. He's seeing that forward pylon as a big tell. So I think Style playing this really, really cleverly. He gets the information he's looking for. Probe trying to sneak around to confirm it. It is not quite able to. So it's possible this was like a bluff. Darren playing very risky here. He's like, okay, I lost that amount of information, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to sweep around, try to catch a free Dragoon or a free Zealot, and he might get it. It's going to be close. Nice play. Yeah, he's going to get a Zealot. Wow. That was a very risky maneuver, but it pays off, and that is some instinct right there. So opting for Robo instead, he's got the gateway, he's got the observatory up. That is going to give it, so he's going to be, so because he did not go for one gate into expand, he'll be a little bit behind. He will have the superior scouting information. Darren's going to be able to get the superior, and honestly has the general superior information overall, because he's able to sneak up, see that the natural expansion isn't there, so he knows that there was some sort of tech behind this. The question for Darren is okay, what was the tech, right? More Dragoons pressing forward, and he's kind of taking an odd route back, maybe looking for proxies just in case. Nexus will be out momentarily. He has a shield battery on the front just in case. Because again, he's lacking scouting information, and style might be the quality of player. This is Hasuleague, where he could have been hiding his Dragoon count and instead going for a lot of gateways. So Darren plopping that down just to cover his bases. Cover his bases. Probe out there to go ahead and take that natural expansion with the Observer. The Observer making its way across. Should be able to see this. Now, the shield battery is a little bit of minerals difference, but this is going to give Darren a significant macro lead here into the early mid-game. It's not like a game-winning thing, but it is going to give him an early edge. And it's going to force Style in a position where he either needs to be aggressive or he needs to more or less come up with something to kind of equalize things. There's the Reaver. We'll see if after the second Reaver he decides to go shuttle and decides to get aggressive after that. Darren in the background has gotten his own Robo. And I think he's opted to, yeah, skip Observers here at this stage. And I think Style, yeah, his option is okay, I know I'm behind an expansion, but I know I have a superior Reaver count, plus I know I have eyes, comparatively. So since I have a look, I see that Darren's light in units, I'm going to go ahead and sneak up to go ahead and take my third. Nice play. Darren also, this is ballsy from Darren, I gotta say, because I think, so he's feeling a lack of pressure here. He's like, okay, there's no attack, there's nothing that is coming on my, I don't see any Dragoons attacking me, I haven't seen any drops, so now I know my opponent is probably going for more of a macro style, so I'm gonna go ahead and set up and try to take my third in the dark. And this is a very risky maneuver for Darren. He is sitting, he does have a nice position here, spread-wise. But I feel like Style with those two Reavers is in a better defensive position. The question is when will he feel safe enough to go ahead and take his third comparatively? And also Style need to be very careful camping this Observer right there, because if there was an observatory built, when that pops out, it's in a good, that Observer's in a good position to get sniped. Reaver on the front from Darren, both players deciding to opt for more of a long-term economic position. There's that shuttle, and we'll see once the shuttle comes up. Again, Tyler has more decisions. Does he just try to use it defensively to try to manage that and have the superior mobility and work with his third? Or, again, does he decide to push up and be aggressive? 4 gates for Darren versus a delayed 4 gate for Style, so that is going to put him a little bit behind economically, or as far as just production output, not economically. Observer for Darren, sneaking out, trying to catch what he can. That shuttle right on the front. Swing back around to go ahead and pick up those Reavers. So there will be a little bit of superior mobility in that Reaver count. But because of when these gateways, these additional gateways went up, Darren is going to have the superior army on the ground. Plus he has this nice concave positioning. You can just see kind of the, I like this. He already planned this. He's got this position just waiting for any attack to move into it, which means it would have to come up to the north. And he's already got this pylon if anything comes from the north. As such, and I think that might be part of the long-term plan for Darren. He's like, you know what, I'm just going to skip. I'm going to get an advantage by skipping that observatory to start. I'm going to use this pylon to scout instead. I will be able to keep an eye on most of this army, perhaps, as a result, and maybe catch an advantage overall. However, Style moving across does have those 2 Reavers. He is coming at a nice angle. Offensive pylon here at the 6 o'clock location from DarrenC to prevent that third Nexus from going up. But while that's happening, engaging, and you can see Darren, nice reposition. Reaver on the front, unfortunately targeting, ooh. Shuttle was coming up to protect. He's down a Reaver now, and not in full engagement point. He's trying to retreat back to that shield battery. And these Reavers are just raining down a lot of destruction, getting a lot of free shots before Darren's deciding to engage. Finally, the first counter shot from that Reaver, but I think that might be too little too late. He does have more gateways producing at a closer position, but Styles has just been raining down immense amounts of destruction with these Reaver shots. Is he going to be able to scoop out of this and save both Reavers as well? So that's 2 Reavers for 2 Reavers, plus a significant amount of Dragoons. And more reinforcements coming in, and more pouring forward. And I think Styles at the 4 gateways might actually be able to take this match right here. We'll see. It'll come down to micromanagement. Pushing in, yeah. Shield battery really wasn't anything in that match, and he's on top of the observatory, which is disaster. Because first of all, able to take out that shuttle. Second, able to take out another Reaver, which is huge. Now backing up into the natural. This will give time if there are more reinforcement. But no, okay. Styles is like, I've done enough damage. I know I'm ahead. I know I can take my third. Great play. Wow, I thought that might have been game right there. But it looks like, and it still might be game. So Styles still might regroup with the army he has. Still pumping out of 4 gateways versus 4 gateways. A 5th gateway forcibly going down for Darren. But essentially I like this play from Styles. He's like, I know I did the damage. I knew I put Darren on the back foot. I know that he is out of Reavers and everything else. I've got a superior standing army. I have superior information with my observer, and I see that there's no observer to deal with me otherwise. And actually, yeah, so he's got eyes on this Reaver altogether, so these Dragoons might be able to sneak in and get a snipe. This is a dangerous situation. This is the danger of not having an observer. Darren sacrificing a probe to try to see what he can. Might have been moving out to take a Nexus, but I think it was more to get an eyes on the army. Now a pincer maneuver. Style moving up, catching the Dragoons from both sides. Again, the Reaver sitting back on top of that shield battery, so not involved in this fight, and is vulnerable. It's backing out once again, so Style getting a handful of free Dragoon kills. And Darren being shoved back once again, so now he has a shuttle. But this is allowing the 6 o'clock base to get picked up. Speed was upgraded for Darren. So he's going to try to move this out. And I think try to catch what he can. Maybe he'll get lucky, and as probes are being transferred, which is right this second, might be able to get a handful of those. With those Dragoons up north, they're not here to provide any defense. So this is a nice opportunity for Darren to take the lead. Also, he's done a great job macroing. But with that Reaver not there, Styles is like, okay, I got more Dragoons, I think, on the front. Despite your shield battery, I feel better with my macro and my positioning overall, so I'm just going to dive in. And he is pressing forward. Where's the Reaver? Looking for the Reaver in the back. The Reaver's retreating back to home base. And the shuttle right there, but it might be too little too late. We'll see. Shuttle almost getting taken out. Does get taken out. That Reaver's exposed. 1 Reaver down. 2nd Reaver also gets taken out. So again, it is a free-for-all of Dragoon on Dragoon in the natural expansion, which is not where you want to be, as Darren, pylon that was providing a little bit of buffer space, and Styles has just been microing this perfectly. Once again has Dragoons free-firing in Darren's natural expansion while he's taking the 6. More reinforcements pushing up, and again, Style backing off. But keep in mind, that's more Reavers that were killed for Darren that he did not... Slow Reaver walk right there. Looks like Darren did manage to get an observer out, so he's finally able to see what's going on. I think I missed when that happened, but that's actually a critical thing he needed desperately. This has been the hero observer right here, and that's really the one that's managed to make all of this happen. Because essentially what that allows is Style to just look at the minimap, see the Reaver, see the positioning, and have a nice balanced response. And you can see the difference that has made. One Reaver in the shuttle, more Dragoons moving their way across. Again, seeing kind of that back positioning where they can kind of use superior position to get a shuttle, some other things. It is speed versus... Oh, sorry, actually, I think that's speed upgraded as well. Dragoon gonna get that... Or sorry, Reaver gonna get that first shot, hitting 3 Dragoons on the front, and Darren, once again, not feeling comfortable engaging this away from his natural expansion. But he needs to, otherwise this is just free shots for Styles. Oh, hitting the Reaver as well! Now engaging, shuttle forward. 1 Reaver practically... Yeah, 1 Reaver was taken out right there. It did not make its way into that shuttle. Styles moving up. Is he going to be... Gets another Reaver and more reinforcements pushing in. Still has 1 Reaver alive, but keep in mind a close reinforcement point for Darren. But once again, Goons fighting in his natural expansion. which is not where you want to have this happen. And that 6 o'clock base is up, which is allowing Darren to just sneak further and further ahead economically. He's at 64 probes versus 46 while all this is happening. That Reaver, yeah, sneaking across that ramp, it looks like it is going to be able to sneak away. That's a second shuttle. Might get sniped, honestly. There's more Dragoons pushing up, which is going to give this Reaver some time to rebuild Scarabs and re-engage. Darren trying to use that position. He's kind of playing tricks with these shuttles, acting, you know, kind of playing the cup game. While he doesn't have anything in either of them, just kind of using it as bait, it looks like he might be able to reestablish his natural. But honestly, even if he takes all of this out, even if he manages to... Oh, nice snipe right there. Even if he manages to take this Reaver out and all the reinforcements, it doesn't make a bit of difference, guys. It doesn't make a bit of difference because this 6 o'clock base has been mining for quite some time. And Darren doesn't have any sort of attack force to go establish a third. He is very thin on minerals at his main. So he needs, and this is, wow, that's a lot of Zealots. I'm wondering if we're going to see, I might have missed a Citadel of Adun leg upgrade in the middle of all that fighting. 2 forges, that's how confident Styles feels here. He's like, you know what, I'm just going to out-upgrade you as well. Psionic Storm is just finishing. So this is a, okay, I think that was the idea behind these Zealots, is maybe I can sneak through and get something accomplished here. 4th base for Styles. Darren going to try to take that 12. Needs it desperately. Maybe he can drop and get something out of this, but this is nice defense from Styles. He's engaging this all over the place. Plus, he needs to be a little bit concerned about attack forces elsewhere on the map. Might be able to find, so might be able to cancel, force a cancel on that 3. He has found some breathing room at the natural. Will this be the thing that evens things up? Let's check it. Oh, is that going to be a dud? Managed to blow up on the cannon. Actually evening up the probe count overall. So nice hit right there. And is able to scoop some units up and back off. Might be able to harass that 3rd. But here's the thing. But Zealots moving into the natural expansion. Just going to run straight up into the base. Might even be able to run into the mineral main line. But I don't even know that they need to do that. This is double robo, by the way, for Darren to try to even things up. More shuttles moving their way across, exchanging. It looks like some High Templar in one, some Reavers in the other. There are things happening absolutely everywhere on the map. I'll try to keep an eye on it. Those shuttles mostly making their way back. A single probe right there. I'm looking for a drop from Darren because that's what he needs to try to even things up. Those Zealots have been cleaned up. This might open up a little bit of micro opportunity to accomplish that. But Darren, okay, so he's even the probe counts, but he is way behind in his overall, and he still hasn't saturated this here. His main is mined out. He's going to start probe transferring right there. And there's 2 High Templar waiting. And did I miss a storm? I might have missed a storm right there. We'll have to see. Yeah, I think I missed a storm. Didn't hit a lot. So just a constant assault from Styles. He's had Darren on the back foot this entire game. He's going to go ahead and back out with these High Templar. So salvage that in a very strong position. 12 o'clock is now mining. But here's the thing. Look at the supply counts. 148 to 99. That is a 50 supply lead, approximately. Varies a little bit. Darren managing to find some breathing room. 4 Reavers on the high ground. At this 3 o'clock, 2 cannons. Is he going to get probes? Boom. Gets a lot of probes. And sneaking up into this. This might be the match. Oh, good storm, though, from those High Templar. That's going to clear out the pathway for this ramp to allow reinforcements to sweep their way in. The position might make the difference here. But if Darren loses all of these Reavers, does not take out this 3 o'clock base, that would be disastrous. Psystorm on all the Reavers as well, leaving them very, very weak. The Nexus still stands. And more Psystorm takes out the shuttle. The Reaver's going to get taken out. And that's GG from Darren. Did not do enough damage. And I think there might have been a counter drop I might have missed in the midst of that. Well played, though, from Style, I got to say. Well played from Style, top to bottom. He was able to just really control that map all the way, period. Just great play from him. Whew. Good storms. Hope you guys enjoyed it. We'll move on to Game 2 between DarrenC and Styles momentarily. Thanks for listening.